The e-shunt system consists of endovascular delivery componentry and a permanent implant intended for the treatment of communicating hydrocephalus to shunt cerebrospinal fluid from the intracranial subarachnoid space to the venous system. The e-shunt system has the potential to significantly improve patient outcomes and substantially decrease the overall cost of surgical treatment of this life-threatening condition. We will now examine each step in the implant deployment process. The operator will first establish percutaneous venous access to the femoral vein. Using standard access tools, the operator will advance through the venous vasculature, through the internal jugular vein or IJV, and gain access to the inferior petrosal sinus or IPS using a guide wire and a recommended microcatheter. Once the microcatheter is in place, the guide wire is removed and the e-shunt anchor is inserted into the microcatheter with the assistance of the anchor pusher. The operator then advances the anchor through the microcatheter. The anchor is deployed in the distal IPS or cavernous sinus, distal to the target implantation site, and the microcatheter is removed. The self-expanding anchor remains deployed within the IPS or cavernous sinus with the flat rail extending through the vasculature to the femoral venous access point. The anchor is a temporary delivery component that is resheathed by the microcatheter and removed after e-shunt implant deployment. The e-shunt delivery catheter is configured to receive the flat rail within a dedicated rapid exchange lumen and is advanced into the patient over the flat rail, through the venous vasculature and into the IPS. Once the delivery catheter reaches the target penetration site within the IPS, the operator will confirm the positioning of the needle with imaging. A beveled RO marker is present on the needle guard and is aligned with the needle bevel prior to needle guard retraction. This enables visualization of needle orientation under fluoroscopic guidance. An RO marker is also present on the delivery catheter shaft, proximal to the needle. The operator will then retract the needle guard to expose the needle, using a knob on the delivery catheter handle. When the two RO markers converge, the needle guard is fully retracted and the needle is exposed. The operator then advances the delivery catheter across the dura and arachnoid layer to access the cerebellopontine angle cistern or CPA cistern. The operator deploys the implant malacot into the CPA cistern by advancing the shunt tether shroud distally until the malacot exits the delivery catheter needle. The delivery catheter is withdrawn to deploy the remainder of the implant into the IPS and IJV. The delivery catheter is then removed from the patient. Once the implant is in place, the microcatheter is reinserted over the flat rail and advanced into the IPS beyond the deployed implant. The e-shunt anchor is recaptured and removed from the patient to complete the procedure.